Hey, craft friends, it's Sophia with Sophia Brings Light. I'm here today my topic today is some of the favorite herbs that I find myself using in a lot of things. Um, in my candle magic, in making incense, in my gree bags. I just find that I have certain herbs that I seem to always kind of go to, like they're my go-to herbs, and I like them. And sometimes the herbs that I use may not be used in the traditional way, because sometimes I feel like spirit calls me to try it in another way. But I'm gonna go through some of the ones that I definitely use a lot. And some of them are store-bought, just plain old that you can grab out your counter or whatever and use. And I kind of like that because it comes to the philosophy of hoodoo and that you use what you have in hand. So the first herb I'm gonna say is, and as you can see, I use it a lot, but I also have some fresh rosemary drying, but it's rosemary. And this is, to me, the multi-purpose herb that you can use in so many things for protection, cleansing. I use it for healing. It's such a multi-purpose herb that it is definitely a go-to herb for me. The next is basil. Yes. And I use a lot of this. I use basil mostly for money workings because I think it brings in that good thing. I have a good relationship with me and Mr. Basil. We are good. I love the smell of it. I use it in healing work also because I do a lot of healing work as a root worker or whatever. There are other and more herbs that I use a lot, but these were my go-to. Cinnamon. And I use cinnamon sticks. I use it all just to kind of spice up, speed up, add some zest to my work. So I use that a lot, and I use a lot of that. And then this is salt, good old sea salt, in so many ways for protection. Mostly for protection. I use it for cleansing also, but you can use this in so many ways. I use it for my holy water. It's just a good old go-to by itself or added with other things. Can't really beat plain old salt. And then this is just a little bit. A lot of times I take pinches of this out to smoke on a disc, and it's sage. And this is not even white sage, as a matter of fact. This is just plain old sage that I got. And I use it for healing, purification, cleansing. So that is one of the ones that I use. Then I'm going to kind of go to the flowers and herbs that I use. And I don't know if you can see this. These are rosebuds. So I use rose, of course, in a lot of, I use it in healing work. Like I said, I do a lot of healing work. So I use it in healing work, but I also use it in love, as you would think, just like so. Another flower type herb that I use is jasmine. First of all, just love it and the smell of it. But I use this in a lot of healing work too, for calming, peacefulness. I use it for a lot of that. Same thing with chamomile. Use it for a lot of calming, peace, kind of healing work. I use it in some love work if I want it to, like if it's very passionate, it's always arguments and all of that kind of stuff. I will use it in love working to calm it down, to bring it down, to keep it a peaceful union between the two. And then another thing that I do frequently is use oils. Now this is a success blend that I've done myself with different oils. I use an oil base, which is usually something like olive oil, grapeseed oil, or coconut oil. That would be the base. And then when I make my oils, sometimes I do put plants and things in them, or uh, herbs that I think will correspond with whatever I'm doing. But a lot of times I add essential oils to them, which I've done with this. This has a lot of essential oil blends with it, or a few. And it did have some plants, and I strained them out. But this is my success oil blend. And some of them I don't really kind of say. And then this is my blessing oil. Again, I kind of combine some of the essential oils that I have. And I get a lot of essential oils, not that I'm plugging a certain brand or anything from Young Living, because I'm a Young Living distributor. I'm not, plugging that. I basically am a distributor, so I can get my own oils, to tell you the truth. But I love, and I feel like they're more therapeutic. There are other doTERRA or whatever. To me, I'm not really on the brand, but I do want to use good therapeutic oils a lot of times. And sometimes I buy oils, from Amazon or different places. Some oils, it depends on how I'm going to use them. If I am using essential oils, if it is just going to be for maybe like candle magic or something like that, it may not be the most therapeutic oil. However, if I'm going to put this oil and I'm going to use it in something that I'm going to apply to my skin or give to someone else to apply, it's going to be a very therapeutic brand oil. So I just wanted to talk about some of the herbs that I use most, and bring you and along on that part of my journey. I have a whole herb cabinet. It's mostly like a shelf over there. So there are many, many more that I use, but those seem to be the ones that end up in a lot of my work. And I just wanted to bring that. How about you? Do you have certain oils, certain herbs, certain plant essences that you use that you seem like you go to a lot? And these are the things also that I run out of the most, because I use them the most. And I'm trying to get to the point where I have a lot of supplies that I've gained over the years. I have a lot of things. Some of them not the most expensive. Some of them I've gotten from thrift stores, Dollar Tree, different places I've gotten things. And I've in my room acquired a lot, and I'm trying to kind of downsize. So I'm trying to get to a point where I'm using up the things that I have before I buy more. Because trust me, there has been times when I have bought more and not really used up what I had. So I'm trying to reverse that a little bit. Well, that is it for today. Blessed be. Thank you for being on this, spending this time with me. I really, really appreciate it. You be powerful, be great, and be you. Blessed be.